Yeah, it goes everybody, because here we'll continue on with a game called Danganronpa Single File. Where were we? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I mean, look at me, I'm a hippie. Child died in the wall. I can't kill anybody. Speak for yourself. There's no situation in which my wrong target elimination could fail to take out its intended targets.
What a disgrace.
Monsieur Ataro Kuma, please, if you claim to be our brother in the service of training us, you must have other means to do it. Risking our deaths cannot be the proper way to go on about it. I know this cannot be the future foundation's intention. I love you all too much to baby you, so I won't. Remember, cadets, whether I insult or humiliate you, whether I threaten your lives or limbs, whether I laugh at your misfortune and cackle as you all meet an untimely death, struggling to win the shit hand that life has once again dealt you, it's all for your own good to make whatever sad scraps of you remain when this is all over into the perfect soldiers. Monster. Played out just like anybody would have expected it to.
Formations!
So, you ought to know we ain't got any inclinations to kill each other. There's gotta be more to your game. Glad you brought that up, cadet. Let's talk about the first training exercise I've planned for all of you. Call it a motivation if that's too long-winded for you. For today, you greenhorns get a day off. Go ahead and enjoy your dinner, your nighttime, and all that shit. Tomorrow, everybody eat breakfast, kill some time until 1100 hours, then meet back at the event plaza for what I call the kill detector test.
Negative.
Oh, I really don't like the sound of that. You all will be real interested in this one. Basically, we're gonna use a high-tech lie detector device that covers you in little suction cups. You greenhorns are gonna answer 2 essential questions. First, have you killed anyone before? Second, how many are you planning to kill here? Pretty simple, huh?
Screw that.
Of all the fucking stupid ass games, you gotta realize that if you got any potential killers anywhere in the game, this is going to ruin any plan they cook up, right? It's like the opposite of a motivation. It does seem a bit of an odd choice. There's a little more to go over. First off, I'm going to show my generosity. The first training exercise is entirely optional. You can choose not to participate if you don't want to. No penalty at all. It's your choice to show up or not. Of course, you'll be missing a prime budding opportunity with your favorite chief of staff if you decide not to come, so... I'm sure you'll decide to come anyway, right? The second part is that all results will be completely public. If you do choose to participate in the test, your results will be shown to everybody in attendance. It's fun to compare test results with your fellow cadets, right?
Damn.
What the...
Impossible.
That's insane. I've never heard of such a ridiculous motivation. Why would anyone choose to participate in the bloody kill detector test? You're the old researcher, you'll figure it out. Well, shucks, as long as none of us chums have anything to hide, then there's no reason we shouldn't all take the test, right? Right, think of it as a trust-building exercise. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you youngins figure it out yourself and come to your own resolutions. Can't give away too much. I'll be around if you need me, brothers. Simply say my name and I'll come. Barrow Zulu cadets. The bear disappears, leaving us in silence. We were all stunned. No one acted out, so no one became a demonstration for the bear's intent to enact violence, but his terms had been very clear regardless. And while we would apparently have a chance to learn about each other's intentions to kill tomorrow, we couldn't help but ponder those answers tonight.
Right.
So anyway, I had expected the ultimate peace broker to be the first one to break the silence, but maybe that's his job. This whole first test is kind of bullshit, right? We just have to... We all submit to the test, clear as a coral.
No?
What? No, dumbass, it's the opposite. If none of us take the test, we can just ignore whatever that reject Build-A-Bear is hoping to get out of this. Well, golly, Roger, that sure sounds like you're planning to kill somebody.
You're joking, right?
What? Do you have barnacles on your brain or something, dude?
No siree!
If you haven't killed anybody and you're not planning to, then there's no reason you shouldn't do the test. It seems simple to me. And if you're planning to kill somebody, well, gee, I think we need to know that too.
No!
Well said, we got something to hide, Roger.
Don't be an idiot.
You idiots. I think what Xavier means to say is that we need to think this through thoroughly. There's a number of finer points to consider.
Right.
Come on, science dude, it's simple, right? We just need to screw it and skip the whole test.
No siree.
It's the other way around, friend. We just have to submit to the test.
I think not.
I have a feeling consensus is going to be difficult to achieve either way. What do you say, Victor?
Very well.
You see, who's in the wrong here? I kind of want everybody to do the test. Who's Roger again? Roger's wrong. Mr. Dodger, would you prefer that we all skip the test tomorrow, correct?
That's the good stuff.
Exactamundo.
Very well.
Do you remember what you told me about the armory earlier? I tell you that nobody's allowed inside, ever. I'm 100% anti-violence and those are tools of violence in there. Yeah, you're forbidding anyone from touching any of those guns, but a big reason for that is to protect yourself, right? If I had a gun, I would indeed shoot him.
You're joking, right?
Say what?
Superb.
It would be simple. I think she means that she wouldn't hesitate to shoot you if you were a criminal.
Superb.
Right, exactly what I just said.
Now see here.
We're getting off topic. I was referencing what you told me, Mr. Dodger. If any murder occurred involving a gun, he'd be the prime suspect because of his control over the lock.
Right.
Oh yeah. You fell to the same trap that you prevented in that instance. You were the first one to propose that nobody take the test. Now, if any of us murdered, what are we likely to think? That dastardly Roger. That bastardly? Is it supposed to be dastardly? That dastardly Roger. He's the one behind our current suffering. He didn't want to submit to a test because if he had, he would have understood his devilish intentions.
You're joking, right?
What? I'm the ultimate peace broker. It's right there in my title. Peace. You guys think I'd ever want to kill anybody? One person walking out in silence after winning by everyone's death sounds pretty peaceful to me.
No?
I'm actually trying to help you, Roger. The moment you were the first one to suggest we all skip the kill detector test, you became suspicious.
Right.
Thanks, dude. That cheated grin of yours makes me think this isn't about helping me.
Now see here.
Yeah, well, back to my reasoning. Who's in the wrong here? Skip is wrong. Oh, so it doesn't matter. Cool. The results of these tests, even if stated plainly, are likely to be misleading.
No siree.
You think so? Sounds clear as a crystal blue sea to me. The test will make it clear who's looking to kill their fellow castaways. Explain it to me so a simple sailor can understand it.
Very well.
I will, Mr. Sullivan. Take Miss Wrong, for example.
You dare?
Me, I will thank you to avoid assuming you know anything about me. My wrong logic string is not easily understood. Will you submit to the test tomorrow?
Superb.
I do plan to. I can also tell you the results in advance, if you choose.
Very well.
Enlighten us. What would the answers to each of those questions that Ataru Kuma proposed? To the first, I have explained more with my wrong target elimination style than I have bothered to count. To the second, I certainly plan to kill again. What? Madame was all wrong. You can't mean that.
Discipline.
Of course I plan to kill again. The mastermind is here on the island, correct? This game will not end unless I kill them. And therein lies the problem. Miss Wrong's simple answers to these questions may be exactly as she says, a sign of her intention to defeat the mastermind as she did in her first killing game. Or they could be a way to obfuscate her intention to murder in order to exit the game. Oh golly, when you put it that way, I do see a couple of logic holes that are letting in water. So now we're all on board, right? You forget about the whole kill detector test. We can all form a peaceful protest circle here at the event grounds instead. About that. Who's in the wrong here? Did I say Roger's wrong though? Yes, Skip.
Now see here.
Skip is wrong. Then it doesn't matter. Okay. Truth is, both of you are missing the point.
My.
So what are you proposing? Is the correct answer. There's only one correct answer. The motivation itself is a sham, as it always is. Ataru Kuma is trying to force our hands. Fundamentally, these results do not force us to commit murder. Nothing we learn from the kill detector test matters. Whether you take the test or not, remember that you are being deceived and do not play his game. We'll figure out a means of escape, and in the end, his motivation will be pointless. Something you'd like to add, Miss Zadie?
My.
As the ultimate researcher, how many killing games have you seen with completely arbitrary motivations? That is, killing games where the given motivation was just an uneducated shot in the dark. Well,
I think not.
this motivation was designed to drag something out of someone. We should expect that either that something will be brought to light, or else the affected party may take drastic measures to stop that from happening. She makes a good point. I was thinking the same thing.
Screw that.
You fuckers are taking this too lightly. I suggest you all think hard about what you're going to be doing tomorrow at 11 a.m. As for me, I've got my own shit figured out already. What are you planning, Mr. Sullivan? I'm still on the reef about it myself.
Now see here.
The other Mr. Sullivan, please.
Screw that.
None of your business, egghead. You'll find out in the morning.
Now see here.
So what, we're just going our separate ways for now?
You got it.
I've had about as much as you knuckleheads as I could stand for now. I'm about ready to hit the mess hall for dinner.
As you wish.
I'll be happy to accompany you and prepare a relaxing dinner for all of us. We all have a difficult decision ahead of us, and the lack of a proper meal will affect our judgment.
Perfect.
I like the sound of that.
That's the good stuff.
You all do seem like you could use a little calming. I know some great massage techniques. Sounds delightful.
You're joking, right?
Maybe someone else would like a massage instead? Monsieur Debunker, will you be joining us?
Terribly sorry.
I'm afraid not. I have enough non-perishable foods to last me for years of hiding. I think I'll break into it tonight. Oh, I see. I do hope it's nutritious. You've lost control of them, Victor. Might as well let them all go.
Now see here.
Criminy, you're right. Okay, but I'm not hungry yet. I had my lunch relatively late. I might simply skip dinner tonight. I don't have much of an appetite after that announcement. Sign of a guilty conscience?
Cannot be.
You wasted enough time talking. My wrong application of training requires specific nutrition. I must not miss meals.
As you wish.
Right away, Madame was all wrong. And thus the group left for the Ataru Rail. The grim atmosphere from a moment ago already feels like a memory. It's as though they took my advice not to place stock in any answers from the motivation too much to heart. Perhaps after surviving one killing game, they feel as though they're invincible in the face of others. That would be a disastrous mindset. I need to look for a way off of the island, but I simply have no ideas for now. I've searched everywhere unlocked upon the island already. Bloody hell, perhaps my best course of action is to stick with the others for now after all. Wait up! Thankfully, I managed to catch up to the group before I'm forced to wait for the infernal Ataru Rail to do a complete 360 around the island. I'm late arriving. Predictably, the only person who isn't here is Mr. Debunker, who is doubtless planning to skip meal gatherings altogether. The mess hall is not equipped with one of his standing monitors either. The other captives are all basically arranged into small groups already. Each person's picked out or ended up with a dinner partner. I hate to be a third wheel, but that would still be preferable to the suspiciousness of eating alone. Who shall I sit with? Cool. Debbie and Hoyt, Eliza and Skip, Kobe and Roger, Balin, Quilling and Maya? Who's Maya again? Lake King is the... I'm gonna go for Lake King and Maya. Miss Xavier has somehow ended up eating along with Miss Wrong. Is it because they're two most muscular? Is it because they're the two most muscular of the women?
Discipline.
You're barely eating, Maya. I thought perhaps you could be the one person here to match my wrong body balance, but you won't if you don't nourish yourself properly. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not a heavy eater. Besides, I don't know if I'd call your body particularly unbalanced.
You dare?
You dare doubt my wrong body balance? Is that what a big ring on your head is for? Balance? My hairstyle has nothing to do with my discipline, however.
Superb.
If you wanted to emulate it, you have already made a good start. I wouldn't complain. On the contrary, it would be flattering to have a pupil. Let me know if you are ever interested in the secret of this hairstyle.
Don't be an idiot.
I'm really not interested. The three of us share a surprisingly friendly meal despite Miss Xavier's gruff behavior. I don't believe I'll be taking any hairstyling tips from either of them though. With our pleasant meal concluded, everyone takes off to be on their own. I suppose I'll go back to my room at the barracks and contemplate what to do next. Truth be told, I feel extremely restless. I bragged plenty to Miss Xavier that I was going to resolve this game with 0 deaths, but I have no idea how to be proactive. There's nowhere on the island open to me that I haven't already checked out, and my lab is relatively empty besides all of that unorganized killing game data in my server room. Listless, I pull out my Atara pad and begin to browse its screens. I've already glanced at most of them before. School info, rules, reference. To my surprise, I see the message notification is lit up. Each notification appears to represent a message sent to me by the others. There are quite a few of them. I guess my attempts to make an impression on everyone so far have paid off. Let's see, which should I respond to? Free time to learn more about the others. Let's go over some tips to help you maximize your time. During each free time, you'll get 2 chances to meet with others. Use them on whoever you'd like to learn about. Once you visit all your free time, the story will proceed. You may get more free time soon, or you may not. Prioritize who you want to learn about first. As an added bonus, if your fellow captive enjoys the meeting, you'll gain Logic Shield, which defends your logic score against their questions during trials. It's a small part, but it may come in handy. Choose a notification check. Boop. Eliza, the secret logs. The secret logs, they're driving me batty. How about you? I'll be a technologically gifted gentleman such as yourself, coded up by mademoiselle such as myself. Meet me at the armory and we shall study the secret lock on that door together. Meet with Miss Loki, meet up. I'm not sure if I should be helping Miss Loki to unravel the secrets of the armory lock, but I would like to discuss their general purpose with someone. She does seem to be something of an expert in infiltration and extraction, specifically in getting around locks. It wouldn't hurt to pick her brain a bit. At the very least, perhaps I could stop her from troubling Mr. Dodger. Armory back. After taking the Atara rail, I arrived at the armory, only to find myself alone. Where could Miss Loki have gone off to? She didn't manage to get inside, did she? Panicking, I run to the door to inspect for signs of tampering. The lock showing Mr. Dodger's face still appears to be in place. To test, I try to place my finger upon the pad. No good. Predictably, the door doesn't budge.
No!
What to do? What to do? You're a super genius researcher, huh? All you can think to do is to use your own very incorrect fingers on the pad? Well, fret not. You made a step further than I did. I didn't think to remove my gloves when I tried.
Now see here.
Miss Loki, where? Cast your eyes skyward and there you see my mysterious visage. Egads! Sure enough, Miss Loki's grinning face is far above me as she looks down from top of the armory building. How did she get up there? You're probably wondering how I got up here. That is not a question you should be asking. The appropriate question, my good man, is what did I find up here on the roof? Did I find a means to enter in? A secret hideout used by the mastermind? Maybe hidden treasure? I'll bite. What did you find? Nothing, nada, zilch. There are no additional entryways into the armory. The only way inside remains the locked door you're standing right in front of. With an infernal Roger Dodger holding the only key, his own stupid finger. In a feat of acrobatic skill, the ultimate escape artist spreads her arms and leaps down to join me, landing with a thud of her boots and a bounce on her considerable bosom. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed witnessing my ultimate rooftop escape. Please pay on your way out.
Very well.
Yeah, actually, Miss Loki, I was hoping to discuss the secret locks as you requested in your message, if you have the time.
No escape!
Yes, these confounded locks. These agitating electronic contraptions are like no lock I have ever seen before, just big hunks of useless steel. Far from useless, it appears the mastermind is utilizing them to allocate certain resources only to certain captives.
No!
That is true, although is it really true? Huh? Is there something odd about these funny little locks that are blocking us off? Maybe their relatively lackluster ability to capture the majesty of my visage, I mean. I'm talking of course about the fingerprint verification method. Oh, quite an amusing contrivance, isn't it? Perhaps, but it doesn't seem effective so far.
No!
Oh, perhaps, but one can imagine how it might be possible to get through these locks regardless, correct? You would need only to find the right person.
Very well.
Yes, now that you mention it, one would need only to find the right person and trick them. Coerce them? Trick them into opening the lock for you.
Perfect!
Sounds interesting. What kind of trick would you use to make Mr. Dodger open the armory? Well, for example, you could fool him to thinking Ataru Kuma had released some sort of mechanical beast and you needed a gun to oppose him. That might work. I think it might be fun to set a fire inside the armory and force him to open the lock so he can be put out.
Impossible.
But that would first require getting inside to set the fire, wouldn't it? Yeah, you're right. Plus, if there were to be bombs or anything explosive in there, you could blow up the entire island by accident. Let's set aside that plan for now. Get a logic shield. So what you're saying is that thinking about them from a technological standpoint is useless. Oh, it's useless. However, all is not lost.
Perfect.
What I should be analyzing is the human element. How interesting. Yes, with my superior brain power, it will be simple for me to find my way past any lock that attempts to stand in my way. Wait a second. Did the volume go back the same as it was? Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Steering. Boop. Yeah, okay. Thank you for the most enlightening conversation, even if your technical knowledge was of absolutely no benefit whatsoever.
Now see here.
Gee, I'm glad I could help. I must admit, I'm curious, Miss Loki, your profession, the ultimate escape artist.
Impossible.
It sounds like you've been forced to utilize your talents in many dangerous scenarios, even outside of killing games. It's been a bit of a trial by fire for you, hasn't it?
No escape.
Absolutely. For a mademoiselle of mystery such as myself, escape is not just a thrill, but a daily necessity. Think about the world we live in. Think of what a tasty target the ultimate escape artist is. Would you not want her in your killing game?
Perfect.
As such, attempts are regularly made to abduct me. I'd wager I'm one of the few who has ever escaped a kidnapping attempt into a killing game, and I do it all the time. Oh, have you heard of such a thing?
Impossible.
I actually haven't. Did you get a look at your kidnappers? I'll look at them. We spoke at length. Actually, one of them is one of my pen pals, or perhaps it would be right to say he's part of my fan club. That defies reason. Are you telling me you taunt your would-be kidnapper with continued correspondence?
Perfect.
Something like that. I taunt everyone, my dear man. It's part and parcel with being an escape artist. I think of it as drumming up new work.
Now see here.
What you need to do is turn that pen pal of yours over to the authorities. It's unconscionable to let someone like that run free. Is that so? I can see yet that you do not yet grasp that I'm willing to do for a thrill, but it is no matter. The more time we spend together, the more likely you are to grasp me, even if that is, something of a tall order for one so average as yourself. I'll do the best I can to understand, Miss Loki, and in return, please exercise some degree of caution.
Now see here.
Your presence here is proof that someone did manage to get one over on you, and if they did it once, someone here could do it again. Only this time, you might not be so lucky as to be kidnapped.
No escape.
Bah, you're all doom and gloom and you want to be. I've got chills. But I'll be careful. For you, Mr. Curly Q. Please do. I feel like my warning fell on deaf ears, but I did learn a lot about Miss Loki, if not about the locks. Satisfied, I leave the self-proclaimed Mademoiselle of Mystery to return to the safety of my room. Cool. Choose a notification to check. We're done with that. Victor, if you don't have anything better to do, you should come meet me in the laboratory. We can always work on our game plan. If you don't show, I'm going to assume you're wasting time fraternizing with one of our robot captive stand-ins, and I'm going to be pissed off. Meet up. I'm still having a hard time buying Miss Xavier's whole story, but she has a point. If I have time to spend, I ought to use it building our strategy together. I'll head out of the laboratory and meet my assistant there. If I'm lucky, I might get more answers out of her related to my past. Actually, I'm not sure if I could trust any of those answers. Maybe instead I should focus on learning more about Miss Xavier. If she wants to make the conversation about me, I should turn the tables and focus on her for a change. Shifting the dynamic might give me new insights. I'll give my research assistant this, as it pertains to her credibility. She looks right at home in my laboratory. The researcher has kicked her long legs, clad in striped white pants, onto a table. She's in my favorite chair again.
Victor.
Ah, there you are, Victor. I'm glad you answered that notification. I wanted to test if the Ataropad's message would reach you accurately. It seems we can rely on that function. Not that we need to. I can hail you with the spyglass anytime I want.
Very well.
Right, I had forgotten about that. With that in mind, there's not much need for us to send each other messages using the pad.
Don't be an idiot.
It's not a bad idea to use the Ataropad for common communications when we can. It may be useful to create the impression that we need these things to communicate, no reason to stand out from the crowd if we can help it. But keep any messages that need to stay private to the spyglass, okay? Who knows who's reading what pops up on this thing?
Very well.
Did you assist in the development of the spyglass yourself, Miss Xavier? You seem very comfortable with its use. I did assist, but you're the one who put the thing together and programmed all of its functions. It's probably capable of more than I know. Just keep playing around with it, and you'll figure out every stupid trick before long. I sense the conversation is about to get away from a focus on her. I look around for something I could use to keep it in that direction. Aha! What? Oh, there's a book at the table there. You were reading before I came in? When she fails to answer and just scowls in my direction, I bend my waist to get a closer look. The book is entitled The Smiling Robot, Socializing Machines in the Modern Age. Smiling Robot?
Don't be an idiot.
It's just a book. Don't read into it. And wipe that stupid smile off of your face. Oh, I'm not laughing at you. I'm actually happy. I think this is just the thing for you. You know, Miss Xavier, I've been a bit worried. I respect your stoicism, but we both have to come out of our shells if we're going to survive in a scenario like this. For your information, this isn't a book on how I, as a machine, should go on about making friends. It's a collection of modern theories on programming methods to help automatons more closely mimic friendly human behavior.
Very well.
Ah, so it's time for you. You're studying to improve your craft as a roboticist, not your performance as a robot. Bingo. Thinking about her hobbies has made me intensely curious. I want to learn more about my assistant, but also as an amnesiac roboticist discovering my own cutting-edge work, I'm itching to find out more. Do you read often? I do. What about it? That is rather fascinating. A robot that's designed to enjoy human literature. Can I venture a guess as to your favorite genre? Maya just casts her eyes aside with an uninterested frown. I press on all the same. Your favorite reading material is? What is favorite? Everyone likes mystery novels, right? You like mystery novels, don't you? As a killing game researcher, you're drawn to the intrigue. I remember having a certain fondness for them.
Don't be an idiot.
That's what you like. It has nothing to do with me. Can't stand that nonsense. Grr. Mystery novels have a lot of work put into their execution, Mr. Xavier. They might seem formulaic to you, but the amount of research that goes into one is phenomenal. Those writers must weave a complex tale not only of unpredictable twists, but also human emotions and motivations. I think it's just a bunch of egoists smirking at their own laptops, thinking, aha, I've got the reader this time. Guys like you basically whacking off as you marvel at your own genius.
Now see here.
Please apologize to the mystery. Apologize to writers of the mystery genre.
Don't be an idiot.
Anyway, forget about my likes and dislikes. What's the point? As soon as you get your memories back, you'll know all of this anyway. You program me. Anything you ask me now will just be a waste of time, redundant with the knowledge you already have.
Now see here.
Ms. Xavier, whoever I was once, I don't know if we can actually count on that person coming back. It might be best that you begin to treat me as an entirely new person. And to that end, start fresh with me.
Damn.
You're saying I should just forget about it all, huh? You're a real prick sometimes. I'm sorry? Forget it, I'm done for tonight.
Now see here.
Wait, what did I say wrong?
Don't be an idiot.
Think about it yourself, genius.
Very well.
I apologize. After seeing your reaction, I think I may understand. Whoever I was once, that person was actually the one constant in your life, weren't they? Your creator. For me to say that person is dead and gone, it was careless of me. Please forgive me this once. I'm sure you're right. My memories will return, given enough time.
Trust me.
I told you before, you were a jackass before you lost your memories. There's no love lost there, believe me. Now let it go. Miss Xavier. The woman simply opens back her book, puts on the cold scowl and starts reading, ignoring my presence. In the end, we didn't discuss strategy at all. Strategy. But I do think I learned something new about Miss Xavier. Seems like her feelings can get her like anyone else's. As to whether she truly misses the old me or resents that person, it's clear that there's some bitterness there. I'll have to unravel the mystery some other time. She's closed herself off from me. I return to the barracks alone. Wait, no logic shield? But what if I say technical manuals? I picture you as the sort of person who enjoys reading technical manuals. I can't imagine you reading for pleasure. You probably read so much because you want to broaden your own repertoire of usable knowledge. I suspect you are a practical person through and through. I am practical, and do you know why? Because I'm a robot. What use does a robot have for reading stupid nonsense like fairy tales or popular fiction? It's not bad reading scientific theories either, though. Just because I'm a robot doesn't mean I lack imaginative problem solving. As long as the writer has a brain, there's something I can learn.
Very well.
I see. I suppose I can see the value in making sure everything you read has a practical application. Oh, there you go.
Don't be an idiot.
And I forget about my dislikes and likes. Poo poo poo. Nice. We got a logic shield. It's beginning to get late. I believe I'd be only bothering the others if I asked to meet with them now. Should I head to sleep early? I contemplate what else there is to do as I sit on the edge of my bed. There is something in that server room. The computer there is full of a tangle of unsorted data. It won't be easy, but I could try to sift through the data and come up with something useful. There's only about an hour left, but it seems better than doing nothing. Just as I finish putting back on my shoes to head out, the Atari pad buzzes with a new message. Attention, attention, attention. Attention, bare arms cadets. Did you know I can contact you over these doohickeys too? Technology sure is great these days. You greenhorns have it easier. Back in the old days, you'd have had to play the game through carrier pigeons. Anywho, I know you all carrier pigeons. Anyhow, I know you are all about ready to bunk up for the night and catch your 40 wings, but I just popped into my head. I forgot something. Old soldiers never die. Their memory just starts to fade away. That's why I forgot. You've probably looked all through your Atari pad by now, right? It's got my face on it. How could you resist? If you have, you've noticed that little bit about the secret logs. By now, you've probably tested enough to notice that the only way to open up is if you use your fingerprint, right? Or paw print, to put it in bear terms. Some of us are bears, you know. That's not news to you, but I've got 2 pieces of valuable intel that are gonna make you youngins stand at attention. First off, you've probably been wondering, I know what I have behind my secret lock, but what does everyone else have behind theirs? Most people think that the same thing about each other's underwear. It's only for you married age folks to think about it. But back to the locks. The common theme, everyone's got something behind their secret lock that they can't afford to get rid of, but would rather not have anybody else getting a hold either. Ooh. It wasn't easy gathering all that dirt on everybody. Luckily, this military's most well-funded operation in the world. Well, outside of the spare, maybe. If you're already shivering in your shorts, thinking about the last juicy reveal, you're gonna want to sit down for this next one. Here's another rule. If anyone dies, the others can freely access whatever's behind that lock of theirs. You heard it here first. Somebody else guarding a secret you need to know? Why, the answer's as old as time. Wage war. Yeah. I'd say that's about it for now. You all stew on that as we head towards bedtime. Barrels of low, cadets. Stay safe out there. Oopsie. I think I should save it here. Yeah. Save it here. God damn. These are starting to heat up. So yeah, this is Danganronpa single file. If you want to try a game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.